in der Nordschleife, auf der Nordschleife schon mal was ganz, ganz anderes. Und deshalb
We are now sitting inside the VIP lounge of the Nürburgring, or better said, one of the VIP lounges. We arrived yesterday in the evening with the camper. Now in the morning we already went here to the VIP lounge. We ate breakfast and watched the warm-up of the GT3 cars and the whole other field. It's very interesting. We also just had an interview. As you can hear in the background, the old-timer race is about to start, and this is very interesting too. They only drive on the GP track. That's why they don't have decibel limits and they are loud as fuck. Yes, what I was about to say. We just had an interview with the moderator of the launch and the commentator of the whole race, or all of the Nürburgring activities here around. Initially I planned to go to the starting grid to watch all of the cars and be near the cars, but the commentator Oli Martini said to not do it because it will be way too full and the first 15 cars will not be accessible because it's only for the teams to go because of security reasons or whatever. So we will not attend the starting grid and just watch the race from the tribunes. We also asked him about some weather predictions and he said he will never make any weather predictions because the weather here can change within the next 2 minutes from sunshine to the biggest rain you've ever seen. He told a story where he was not commentator yet and was still watching, and one of his friends who is a team principal asked him about the weather around the track and he said it was sunshine and he should use slicks for the car. And then when the race was about to start, the rain appeared and it was rainy as fuck, and he called him again and said to put rain tires on, and he was like, what the fuck, you just told me to put slicks, why are you telling me this now? So as you hear and see on the Nürburgring, the weather changes so quickly. Yesterday we had hail, on the way here we had snow. It was snowing, it's the end of May. Why is it still snowing? It's very crazy what's happening here. He was also asked about a prediction, who will win, and he said it's not easy to say because the Scherer Audi, Verstappen Racing Mercedes and the Rowe BMW are all very good and very much at the front. They could all win. Also this year the Grello is maybe also again at the front and able to win. And he said it will be a very interesting race. And probably again, since a long time, I think since the last 4 years, it will be again one of the few races that are the full 24 hours without a break in between because of the weather or because of anything else. So all in all, I would say the launch is very nice. I didn't see very much yet. We've only been in the launch and in like the chill out area where you have the big huge screen with the now last turn of the race and the race starting. On the tribunes we don't have any specified places only for VIPs. Or for people who have the VIP tickets. It's still the normal tribunes, which is kind of sad. On the other tribunes you have different seats only for the VIP ticket holders. I wish it was like this here too, because it's very full, it's very many people and it's kind of hard to get a seat here. But we will watch the start and it will be very interesting, I think, to see more than 160 cars racing here at full speed. As you can see right now, there are many people walking away from the track, because in this direction we are walking right now is the place where you can go onto the track for the grid walk that we will not attend. 3 out of I think 6 tribunes are already closed because they are full and have no capacity anymore. Also the Tribune 4 where we should go. But thanks to the VIP access, we can still go on the Tribune 4. They also just said that to access the tribunes after the grid walk, you can probably only go to the tribunes at the Müllenbachschleife, which are like another 30-minute walk away from here. But we will go to the camper now because we forgot many things there, and then go back to the lounge so we can access the Tribune from there. We will have a skywalk. I will show you this too. So you can see how full it is because it's very crazy. And it's also very windy, as you can see. The weather is staying great, but as I said earlier, we cannot guarantee that it will stay this way because it can change within 2 seconds or 2 minutes. Here are already many gray clouds that indicate that it could rain, and it should rain later, but let's hope not. You can see how full the camping places are immediately at the track. We have our place somewhere back there at the S of the world. And here, where I'm filming right now, is the entrance to the track. It will be very full. There are many people walking there. So we will definitely not go there. There are also sometimes flights around the track for some VIP packages. With private lounges you can get a helicopter tour of the races or the track, which is also quite nice, but sadly we did not get any of these. So many people are still trying to get a parking space so they can watch the 24-hour race, or at least the start. It will be very hard to get anything around here. We arrived at the parking lot. I remember this morning when we were walking here that my shoes got completely stuck in the mud, but now it's kind of cleared up. It's not anymore mud. The sun dried everything. As you can see, you can walk normally finally. It's been 2 days with the rain. It's very muddy and disgusting to walk on. It's not nice. We are back at the lounge now. I'm eating lunch. We have chicken, pineapple things here, salmon, little filled paprika, chicken cutlets with tomato sauce, rice and bread with butter, and we are watching highlights from the last seasons. It's very comfortable here. It's a crazy amount of people right now. You can see here behind me that kind of all the tribunes are full. Here over the bridge, many people are walking. The grid walk is currently on. It's so full, it's so many people, it's crazy, really crazy. I'm very happy that we didn't went there. They are standing right next to all these cars, looking at them and maybe talking to drivers or whatever. So that just happened. It's 161 cars and they will race for the next 24 hours. I will check back the whole time and show you what it's actually like being here the entire 24 hours or more like the entire race weekend, and what will happen, what we will do here, and what we are able to see and able to do. It's a very interesting race start. It was very exciting. I was a little bit nervous because it's not that you will see something like this every day. 161 cars in 3 fields starting is something crazy. So as you can see, I'm in the boardroom of the lounge right now. It's in the Congress Hotel on the 5th floor, right next to the Sky Lounge. The race started about half hour ago. It was a crazy start. So many cars, so many things happening all at once. So I wanted to tell you a bit what was happening, because the first laps was very chaotic. So Lamborghini took the lead immediately in the first laps ahead of Verstappen's car, which is driven now by Juncadella. They are at P4 right now, sadly. They started at P2, so it was a good start for them, but they were overtaken around the lap. There were also some incidents already in the first lap. So here's the drama. The pole-sitting Lamborghini with Bortolotti made contact with another car and had a tire blowout, so he had to pit early in the first lap already and came out in the middle of field 2, or kind of at the beginning of field 2. So he has a massive gap between himself and the other front starting cars. Dan Harper in the Rover BMW number 99 had a spin and landed a little bit in the gravel also in the first lap, which made him get to the end of the first start. So he had to overtake many cars again to get back. He's now, I think, at around place 30. He was in the middle of the 40s, so he made an immense gain. It was very, very good driving by him. So I'm curious, but I think he still has a massive chance to get back to the front. And in the middle of all this madness, you wouldn't think it, there is a Dacia Logan. He's driving the same race on the same track. He's in the middle of all this madness, of all this green hell racing, and he is one of the fan favorites, because who would expect a Dacia Logan to race a 24-hour race? I think last year or 2 years back they had a massive crash and they had to rebuild the whole car, but Ollie's garage, they made it happen. So now they are racing again on the green hell with all the other cars. It's crazy what they are making and what they are doing to be racing with this car. It's kind of an honor to see this car race on the same track with all these other cars, because nobody would expect it. So right now I'm watching all this from the VIP section, from the Sky Lounge. I wouldn't say myself that I'm a VIP, but luckily I was able to get these VIP tickets and be in the Sky Lounge. Right now I'm in the boardroom recording this for you to update you. Now then, after recording and after drinking something, I will go back to the track and look what is happening there. I will make a paddock tour at like 9 p.m. And look what's there. I will record everything for you, and I hope, or not hope, I will also go trackside with the shuttles and look what's happening around the track, look how the cars are racing there, because for now I've only seen what is happening at the Grand Prix track and not around the whole Nordschleife. But this is what I came here for. I want to have the full experience. I mean, this is my 5th time being here, but the first time being with all these exclusive things, being able to get a shuttle, being able to be in a private room, being able to get this boardroom just to record something for you, which is an honor for me to be able to do this. Yeah, but this is what this channel should be about. So I'm very happy to be able to do this vlog for you and to record all this for you, but this is what I'm working towards. Three things here. The green one is the lounge band, the blue one is the general admission, and here's the VIP pass. I'm at Brünnchen now, one of the most famous parts of the racetrack. So here you can see what 24-hour racing looks like from the outside. So many cars passing by. It's very interesting how it goes here around the outside of the track. We have a code 60 a little bit down here from us, so the cars are passing down through slowly. Right next to us is the green flag, so they can start going again. It's very loud, as you can probably hear in the microphone as well. It's so interesting. It's the first time for me seeing this from the outside too, so I kind of love it. As you can see in the sky right now, it's 4 helicopters. Max Verstappen is bringing so much more views here. I don't want to glaze Max Verstappen, but honestly, the live viewing on YouTube is right now at 450,000 viewers. I'm at the Kleines Karussell now. You can see in the following videos. In this corner you carry immense speeds and the banking makes the cars scrape all around the bottom. One of the most iconic track parts. Such a fast corner and all these traffic jams created by the slower cars and the GT3 cars having to wait after them and after the corner to get back. Getting past them is a very cool, very difficult part of the track, but it's one of the most fun to watch, honestly. It's 10 p.m. now. The race is running since 7 hours. I'm just leaving the paddock after receiving, or what do you mean receiving? After doing the paddock tour. The cars are driving past us here at the main straight. You will see the footage of inside the paddock and what it looks like, kind of a little bit behind the scenes right now. Forgot to add, look, here is the main grandstand and the AMG launch. We also looked at if the AMG launch is suitable for us, but it was with a waiting list, so we decided to go with the Sky launch. Maybe for next year or for some other event here, we will look at the AMG launch. Here on the other side, you have the big spinning wheel, whatever it's called in English. In German it's Riesenrad, just basically translates to big wheel. We've also went up there during the top qualifying, I think. It's very cool on top there, but it's very, very cold and very windy, so it's getting even worse. And even though it's already 10 p.m. and most of the tribunes don't have light, The tribunes are probably like still half full. It's still so many people. It's amazing to see how much recognition this sport is getting. Next to me and behind the bridge you can see the ring racer. It's an attempt to build an amusement park here at the Nürburgring. They wanted to build this roller coaster which could get up to 220 kilometers an hour. It was built in 2008 and I think Michael Schumacher and Boris Becker were the first ones to ride it. But sadly in total it only drove like 6 to 7 times, maybe a little bit more, and then it was never used. The reason is it had very big compressor tanks filled with compressed air below the main straight, and they often blew up or had leaks, so that this roller coaster was never fully in use. This year, or in 2025, I'm not sure, they finally decided to put away a part of this. So inside the Ring Boulevard, now there's no roller coaster anymore. And in front of the racetrack at the main straight, they also removed the roller coaster. And they only left this little part as like a reminder that there was a roller coaster once. Sadly, I've never been able to ride it. I would have liked to do this because it's quite exciting. It reminds me a little bit of the Ferrari roller coaster in Abu Dhabi or Dubai. Also very exciting. In the back you can still hear all the cars roaring and driving. It's amazing that you can hear this no matter where you are around the track. Yeah, so sadly the roller coaster was never fully in use, but it's still a little reminder left that there was an idea of speed to feel for also the normal people coming here to watch the cars race. Right now I'm in the elevator back to the Sky Lounge, filming professionally with my phone on the 5th floor of the Congress Hotel. Beautiful view up there, it's amazing. So right now we are at the Ring Boulevard. I just bought myself a pair of racing gloves for sim racing and everything else I want to do. Right now there was a Vulcan Alpha Ford Mustang. Crazy sound. I recorded it for you. You will hear it after this. So yesterday we went to the Bellows. In the dark it's amazing to see the cars racing down there. So fast corners, and in the dark with the headlights shining and everything, it's very impressive to see so many people sitting there in the dark. It was like 11:30 p.m. so very, very interesting to see. After that we went to the Döttinger Höhe. We stood on the bridge and filmed over the barricades. They are driving so fast down there, it's almost quite impossible to catch them in the dark with my phone camera because it's here, there and gone. Right now I think Verstappen is driving. He's obviously in the lead. Last evening he was in second place after his sister car with I think Roncadella driving. Right now it's still Verstappen, and I think the last stint will be with Auer. They have quite a lead the two Boulevard Mercedes, they have a gap, I think, of around 6 minutes right now. Unless something happens, they will win. And they will win the 24 hours. First 24-hour race for Verstappen, and then he instantly wins. Yeah, many cars who got out of the race. Sadly, the Fanatec Porsche with Misha, Jimmy, and the other two, sorry, I forgot the names. They are also out. They drove into the barricade when it was a little bit wet and they lost steering. So sadly for the influencer or YouTuber car is also over. Many other cars, the Scherer Audi, the 44 Mercedes I think too, they are out of the race. Honestly, it's also quite nice to see the lower class cars driving. They drive at such high speeds even though they have so little engines compared to the GT3s. They are obviously what makes this racing so interesting, because the GT3 cars, they just fly down the track, and with the slower classes they have to do slaloms around it. The other GT3 cars are waiting behind them to pass, and it's so tricky to drive down here. The other day I also drove in the simulator. Why? I don't know. I have one at home, so I didn't need to. And it's so tricky to drive, even in the simulator. But it's so much fun, and I can see why they do this. So I have to say, one day I will be driving here as well. With the VIP package, we also have a shuttle driver. He drove us to the Bellof S and the Döttinger Höhe in Brünnchen and Schwalbenschwanz. He gave me his phone number so I can call him when we need a shuttle ride, which is quite nice. I just called him, he came and drove us wherever we wanted. Because I've never been in Trackside before, we asked him where it's nice to see, and he told us where to go and drove us there. And his recommendations were unbelievable. You probably can't believe it if you wouldn't see it with your own eyes, what these people, what these racing drivers are capable of and what they are putting down here within these 24 hours. So the race just ended. We are walking back to the camper right now. Obviously the number 80 Mercedes won with Mario Engel, and Verstappen finished, I think, 11th. Earlier we again had an interview, this time with Bernd Schneider, a former Formula 1 and DTM driver. He said the last time he won here with Mario Engel together was 10 years ago, so he was very happy that this year they won again, and he told us some quite interesting things again. He said, for example, that because Max is a Formula 1 driver, the team and the other drivers can still learn many things from him and learn how to be quicker and think quicker. And he said that he thinks that Verstappen will obviously come back here since he didn't win this year. And honestly, I hope it, because I already looked for apartments for next year's race, so we don't have to stay in the camper again. Before the race, he talked with Verstappen and said to him that he only wants him to give a maximum of 98% of his power. And then in the night he commented for Nitro, for RTL, and some of Verstappen's moves and overtakes were so crazy that he thought, if this is 98%, what will 100% look like? From back when he was driving, he drove with the Mercedes CLK. He said back then it was still an endurance race, but nowadays it's kinda only a 24-hour sprint race. The cars drive at qualifying speeds and qualifying optimization the whole 24 hours, so they perform very, very well. Since the top teams all paired very good drivers together, it's very risky maneuvers on the track, which can lead and led to many incidents, and many of the GT3 or SP9 cars getting out of the race also in the night, or because of an oil slip with Kevin Estre in the Grello, for example. Due to Maro Engel in the 80 and Verstappen in the 3 driving together in the night, they didn't perform very well. They kinda slowed each other down because they were battling each other the whole time. Also, Maro Engel and the whole team from the number 80 car had so much pressure to perform now, since Verstappen is now out from the race, or was out from the race, but still they managed to perform this very well, which I believe from the beginning, because Maro Engel is a very, very good driver. I follow him already since I start looking motorsports. Also something quite interesting, Timo Glock, a former DTM driver, also a very, very good driver. He lost his Nordschleife permit after he didn't follow 2 code 60 zones. He drove too fast 2 times, which led the race control to remove his Nordschleife permit, which is kind of devastating for a driver like him, who also wanted to win this race. He also explained how driving the car is completely unlike watching it in TV, because in TV we have the full picture, we can see what's happening and where they are driving, but the driver in the car, he only drives from checkpoint to checkpoint. He looks at the curbs, he looks at the corners and drives from corner to corner. So sometimes they don't see the whole picture and what's happening around them, so it can lead to them not seeing slower traffic and maybe bump right into them, or having issues to overtake them and slamming themselves in the wall. Also, Bernd Schneider told about Michelin tires, Pirelli and Yokohama, that the wet tires from Michelin are far better than the others. So when it started raining, all cars with Michelin tires just flew past the other cars with Yokohama or Pirelli tires. He said he doesn't know how they make the tires or what they put into the tires, that they are so much faster in the wet conditions. But he said he's very happy about it, because obviously he's for Mercedes and wanted Maro Engel to win, which in the end happened. So all in all, yeah, that was my 24-hour race experience. The whole weekend here, we had quite some fun and it was quite interesting. I will definitely come back here next year, maybe even watch the 24 hours of Spa, maybe Le Mans, we don't know. I'm planning to get even more into motorsports and also doing more with my sim racing stuff, and one day getting into motorsports myself and compete with these top drivers who drove here today. It was an amazing weekend. Thank you for everybody watching. Thank you for everybody who can make this possible for me. Also to myself that I chose to do this. I'm very grateful. See you soon. Goodbye.